right, so we got the freightliner up in here with the Detroit that we're going to be rebuilding today / tomorrow because it has to go by tomorrow night. So we're going to get ripping this thing down. Thankfully, this is somewhat a long head, so it's not jammed too far back under the cab, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a pain taking this head off. I believe there's actually quite a bit of clearance in there. Honestly, it's probably harder to pull an engine on a short hood Pete. We also got our shop over here looking like a carpenter woodworking shop. I'll go show you what all that mess is for. The old Marmon camper. Match truck show is next week. We're gonna be leaving probably Wednesday afternoon to head down there. And we decided to take this. Normally we take our big trailer and throw a couple beds in it and take the side by side, but we're gonna take this year kind of as its last trip, most likely, because this thing is really, it's really cool, but man, it's really falling apart due to age. So we had to go through and fix a couple things. It's kind of dark in here, but the floor was all rotted out right there. Like you could step through the floor because it's just plywood, and he has like some of that bubble wrap insulation underneath to keep the moisture out. Well, moisture got in, plus the ceiling was leaking a little bit, so we got to fix these ceiling tiles. We got some new ones to throw up in there. We fixed the leak, cut out the floor, put new flooring in there. It was leaking over here. We put all new flooring in, then underlayment, put some foam down, new piece of carpet. We're throwing together some bunk beds for me, the wife, and 3 children, because I think mom and dad are going to sleep up in the cab. I'll do a proper tour of this thing later in the video when the sun lights up more, and that means it'll be brighter in here. And then I'll do a proper tour. Yes, technically I could just plug it in and turn the lights on so I could show you guys everything, but I don't have time for that. We got to go get to tearing down the freightliner. Got to get that engine tore down, figure out what the problem is. Probably we're thinking it's a cracked liner. But we won't know until we get down that deep. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna start stripping parts down, take a couple clips while tearing down, and then see if we can find the issue and show you guys what the problem is. A little bit of an update. We got it pretty much completely stripped down to nothing, and still not too sure what the problem is. I think that, well, when we tore it apart, we were expecting there to be really bad pitting in the liners. And there is pitting, but I've seen much worse. But it doesn't take much. I mean, it only takes one little pinhole to be a big problem. And honestly, I think this one's about the worst one. But it could literally be, any of those could be eaten all the way through, and they all have pitting like that. Here's the next worst one, and then they all just have some form of pitting going on them. So one of these could have a hole that goes all the way through and screwing everything up. So we're just gonna put a complete rebuild kit in it. I'm gonna go home and eat. Jordan's gonna get everything cleaned up so we can maybe slap the bottom end back together tonight yet. We started stripping it down this morning, and hopefully we can get the liners in, pistons in, caps back on, oil pan back in, and get the bottom end done. That way all we have to worry about is the top end tomorrow, because that truck has to leave by tomorrow evening. So it might become a long, late night.
burning off all the coolant.
Driver hit something, bent this forward, damaged some stuff. I'm gonna grind these rivets off because it's loose, put some new rivets in, fix it up. I thought I built engines now. Didn't you guys just see me build an engine? I'm an engine builder. It's built, but I'm out here doing trailer repair in the dirt lot. Gotta keep your arm up, because this pin will come shooting out of here and impel you. Watch. I don't think that pin came out. Same trailer, different job. Installed this handle. The guy that drives this trailer is a little bit older and having trouble getting down. So I use this one because it kind of arches in, so it clears the door when it shuts. That should help him a lot. Now we got to see if somebody pulls a pallet out of here and rips that off. He says they won't, but I'm a little skeptical about that.
I'm listening to my Pookie Bear too.
The true MVP of the Detroit rebuild, if you know what I'm saying. I don't think our shop floor has ever been that black with oil.
Get it.
Alright, tell me if those feel firm.
Are they firm?
I don't know, are they firm? Back here in the boneyard, looking for a rear end for a Marmon camper. It's a Rockwell, which this one here is, and it looks like it's a reman or fairly new. I actually don't know, but we're gonna take it out and see if it's any good.
That was bad.
At least they're all coming out. I only brought one impact back, so I'm gonna supervise Zach and make sure he takes the nuts off correctly. But I think this is gonna work out good. Can you see that I'm the one doing it?
No, I gotta get back.
Everybody always says that I have other people doing my work.
Wearing gloves, I can't zoom in. Well, you can see the pin still coming.
Okay. That is absolutely how it works. I'll bring the tractor in, you hook it up. Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's good. All right, we're just gonna tilt forward, and I think it'll be long enough to rehook it. That's going down. He's never drove the tractor before, so this might get interesting. You better not move while I'm down here. A little bit more. Good. I could walk to the shop and get another bolt, but what's the fun in that? Go up! Nope, that ain't gonna work. Go up! Oh my gosh, it's on the very edge. All right, we got the Marmon up in the air. Changing out the rear end. I hate to do this on the ground. It's nice that we have some lifts up in here, but we got the old one out. It was a 411, so this thing was completely wrapped out trying to go 65, 70 miles per hour. But we got the old one out, kind of cleaned it up. We got the other one from out back sitting here, ready to go up in. We're gonna stick it in, and then I'll show you guys the other one, how bad it was. It's probably a good thing that we're changing it. Time for a frame and engine swap quickly before Matt's.
Sounds good to me.
We got 24 hours.
24 hours. Let's do it. Drop the jacks. Get to work.
I think we're done. I've never asked for a sponsorship, but I'll tell you what, if I ever did, it'd be through Gray.
I bet you take this thing for like an actual test drive though, where your dad.
Yeah, we're gonna take it for a test drive to Louisville.
You're not gonna drive before though.
Nah. It'll make it.
As long as it backed out, right?
Yeah. This is our first test drive ride along right here. It should work just fine. Now listen, when we get back from Louisville though, we can take this camper off and you and me could run team from coast to coast. We could pick up out of Pennsylvania, go all the way up to California. Every week. Why do I feel like it sometimes slips?
What's that run they do? Non-stop.
The beer run?
No, non-stop from. Is it from New York to California?
Ain't that the gumball or something?
Something like that, where they.
I don't know if we'll make this turn.
I know there's something like that where it's like the record's something insane too.
Will we make this?
Like someone did it in 24 hours. Yeah, you'll make that.
Dude, I don't know about that.
You got like 4 feet, 5 feet. You're gonna make that. Yeah, you're cleared.
Holy cow.
Dude, you literally had like 5 feet. It doesn't look like it.
I literally had like 6 inches.
You about nose scraped.
There's no nose on this thing.
That's why you almost scraped. Was that?
Well, we're headed to Matt's in the morning. Unless I wait 2 weeks to post this video like most of my videos. Let's take a little walk around. We have a 24-inch bumper. It's pretty cool. We have a generator in here that probably hasn't been started in about 15 years, so we're not going to try and start it now. We did put a little fuel tank in there and temporarily hooked up an SPAR unit, so that way, I'm sorry, the Chinese version, an ASPAR unit, so that way we have some heat, because for some reason in Louisville, either one day it's going to be 60 degrees, the next day it's going to be 30 degrees and snowing or raining, so it's just the way it goes. Take a step inside. It's kind of a mess in here right now.
No steps needed.
Bunk bed.
I gotta get back here. I'm up top.
Are we good now?
Yes.
We're good now? Okay.
Yeah.
Bunk beds for Me and my wife and a bunch of kids. Living room area, dining room area, sink. You can put it in 0.5 if you have to.
Oh, that's actually smart. 0.5, there we go.
Sink, we will not be using because I am sure everything is froze up from the years of sitting and probably doesn't work. Stove, fridge, cabinet, door, shower that we also won't be using, a little sink, a little toilet, closet area.
The old school sink.
No, this thing was really set up. The guy that built this, he really did make a cool camper type truck, but it's like.
Making sure.
Are you gonna tell us what's going on?
No, I figured you saw the.
Okay. In here we got a water heater, and behind this little door. Also won't be using that because you already know. And then there's a little porthole here to go inside to the bed and cab area. So yeah, pretty cool. Me and Zach started walking back to the shop and forgot we gotta drive the truck back to the shop. It's kind of in the middle of the driveway. Nobody be able to get in. You know what we should do, Zach, for getting out? Right on the lug nut, we should put a step. It's honestly easier to step on the lug nut covers than the actual step.
Yeah.
Should we do that?
No. I'm not sure if this thing's a diesel or not.
We definitely could run this to California. You and me. Which way are we going, Zach?
West.
What if
240 southwest, enemy tagged, 40 pink. That's what it says.
Is it gonna make it to Louisville?
Well, let's just say this, if it don't make it, I got the mechanic along, and he's gonna help fix it.
Grandpa telling me to fix his wipers. Oh my goodness. Stupid air. Ow! Together? I don't know how these things work.
While you were driving? Yes. All time. While he's driving down.
Well, we're taking my grandpa along on a midnight run to McDonald's to get some ice cream and fries. And yes, we're all gonna cram in, and it's totally safe. This thing is totally road safe. I mean, no problems, guys. So, I'm gonna go through the back and worm my way up to the front, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at Louisville.